Okay, so this is the new E-BikeKit LCD on the latest model. This video is going to go onto the product pages for E-BikeKit, also for electrictrike.com. All of those trikes are now electrified using this system. So we want to show you how to get around the settings. So the first thing we're going to do, you have an on and off button down here on the push pad. If you hold that down for a couple of seconds, you're going to turn it off. If you hold that down a couple of seconds more after it's off, you're going to turn it on to initiate the screen. Now the plus and minus controls your pedal assist levels. You also have a throttle on this system. The throttle is always going to be 100%. Pedal assist settings increase as you go up in number. You can hit the plus button to get to 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 for the top level of pedal assist. So I'm going to take that back down to a 1. Here you have an M button. That's going to be your selector. And again, you have your plus, your minus, and your on and off here on the push pad. On the screen, you can see 80% battery. You have that indicator. There's also another indicator which is going to show you the actual voltage. You have miles per hour, and then you have your pedal assist down there at the bottom where that 1 is. So to get into the settings, we're going to simultaneously hold and long press the plus and minus. You do that, we get into the settings menu. So on that settings menu, you can see we have brightness, auto off, that's your timeout. You have your units mode, wheel size, speed limit, password, battery, and I'm using the minus button to navigate. HIMI info, clear trip, piece set, that's password, parameter reset if you need to reset the whole unit to its default settings. Now, when you buy a trike from electrictrike.com, that trike is going to come preset, so you don't have to worry about doing that if you buy a trike and it has this system on it. So brightness, so you move up and down with the plus and minus. The M button is for selecting. Okay, so on brightness, if I hit M, it's going to take into brightness. Now this might actually look better on this video if we bring it down, so I'm going to use the minus. And there it is. It looks a little bit better for the video. I'll take it down to 50%, and to save that setting, I'll hit M again. Now our brightness is down. So auto on and off. Just try to focus here. Auto on and off. Now this is your timeout. So if you just park your bike and you don't initiate the off, it'll time out. So I'll select using M. 10 minutes is default. I can bring that down to 5 minutes, 4 minutes, all the way down to 1 minute. And then I'll hold M again, quick press, and that is set at 5 minutes. Units mode. This is your miles per hour, kilometers per hour. Most people getting these systems are in the United States. We're going to leave it on mile, but you could select kilometers if you wanted to. M to select. Wheel size. Default is 26. Let's say you have a 16-inch on a recumbent or something like that. We can set that. Press M again. Speed limit. Now, this is always going to be the default is going to be 20. Now, this is a governor. It doesn't mean your system's going to go faster if you turn this up. It doesn't mean it's going to go slower if you turn it down. It's a governor. So if you lend your bike out to someone and you don't want them going faster than 12, or you don't want to go faster than 12, you can go down to 12, select M. If I go back in there and you turn this up, you can go pretty high. If you just hold down long press, it'll go automatically. You don't have to go click by click. Put it up to 34, I can press M. That's basically unlimited. Ultimately, your speed limit is going to be decided by the outside diameter of your wheel size, the motor that you have. In our case, it's usually a 500 watt motor and a 20 amp controller and a 48 volt battery. Those things are what really make your top speed. Each bike is a little bit different depending on those parameters. The larger the wheel, the higher the top speed, but you are limited by a 20 amp controller and a 48 volt battery. So don't expect any crazy high speeds. Okay, if you do this in a 24-inch wheel with our motor and our 48 volt battery, you're probably looking at 18 miles per hour top speed. It doesn't matter what this setting is on, even if it's on 34, it's not going to go 34 miles an hour. It's going to be limited to 18 by those electronic component parameters. Okay, so this is a governor. Ships with 20 mile per hour. Click that. Password, you can go ahead and you can set up the password. It's going to give you on-screen instructions to be able to do that. That's a password that locks the LCD, so when you first get on the bike, you won't be able to access anything unless you first put in the 4-digit password that you can create. Battery. Select that. It's going to tell you the actual voltage of the battery, which is very useful. Of course, you have that meter up top saying 80% right now, but you can see the voltage on here is 48.7. Hot off a charge, with our charger, you're going to be about 54.4, 54.6, something like that. That's where you charge a nominal 48 volt battery. When you get down to 48, even lower, you're going to have, you're going to be getting close to empty. This battery is close to empty, and so forth. So that's how voltage works on an e-bike battery. There is a low voltage cutoff as well, which is usually 5 volts lower than nominal voltage. In this case, 48 volt battery, and so 43 would be a cutoff. That's when you run out of gas, right? You run out of electricity, it's going to cut off. So that's a good screen to measure kind of your actual voltage instead of using a multimeter. You can do that with that battery right there. HIMI info, that's going to give you your serial number, your hardware version, your firmware version, just some information, not super important. Clear trip, this could be useful. Select that and tells you hold the plus, right? So you can hold down the plus to clear your trip. You can see here it's already been cleared, but you hold that down for 5 seconds and that would clear anything you had there. So you can reset that if you're interested in seeing how far you've gone, how long you've ridden. P-set, this is where you're going to set the password. So I can do 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, how about that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So you can set the password and you can play around with that if you want to do that. Now, parameter reset will take us back to all defaults. So if I were to turn off right now, it's going to save everything. I recommend cycling, so orange button. So you get done putting in your parameters. If you're doing this for E-BikeKit, you put in your wheel size, you put in miles or kilometers, you put all that stuff in there. And then to save it, you want to hold down that orange button, power off, and then hold it down again, power on. Okay, now if we go back into settings, and again, that's plus and minus. Now, my settings should be good from the last time we set this, right? So we have 26, speed limit 20, auto off 10. All those things should be set. Okay. You hold down plus and minus again to get out of the settings, and then you're back to being able to use it. Now, again, if you get an electric trike from electric-trike.com with this LCD, it's already been set up for you. You don't really have to do much. You can use the clear trip, of course, and if you ever get in trouble and you don't know what the settings should be, now you have this video and you can set them. So that is the SINET LCD from EBikeKit.com and electric-trike.com. If you need it, I hope you find it useful.